If you've been scrolling through endless recliner options and still feel stuck, this review is going to clear that up. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The truth is, buying a lift recliner isn't just about finding a comfy seat, it's about making sure the chair actually supports the everyday moments that matter most to you or the loved one who needs a little extra help. When I started looking into powerlift recliners for senior family members, I kept running into two big concerns. First, many chairs promise zero gravity or massage but deliver a vague, half-hearted experience that feels more like a gimmick than real relief. Second, the lifting mechanism can be noisy or unreliable, turning what should be a smooth transition from sitting to standing into a source of frustration. Those worries are why I dug deeper into the specifics of the power lift recliner chair for elderly adults, and why I wanted to see if the claims hold up once the chair is actually in a living room setting. Let's start with the everyday scenario most buyers face. Imagine your parent has limited mobility after a recent knee surgery. Getting up from a regular sofa takes effort, sometimes resulting in a painful wobble or a call for assistance. The lift feature on this chair is designed to raise the seat just enough to bring the knees into a more natural, less strained angle. In practice, the one-touch button does lift the chair smoothly, and the motion is quiet enough that you won't hear it from across the room. For someone who needs a gentle boost, that can mean the difference between waiting for a caregiver and regaining a bit of independence. The massage and heat functions are the next piece of the puzzle. The chair offers 4 pre-programmed massage cycles that target the back, shoulders, and lower spine. When I tested the deep need setting during a cold evening, the vibrating pads warmed up within a minute and the heat element added a comforting warmth that lingered even after the cycle ended. It's not a full-body spa experience, but for seniors who suffer from chronic back stiffness, the combination of light pressure and mild heat can ease tension enough to make reading the newspaper or watching TV more enjoyable. The key here is that the programs are simple to select with a Bluetooth-enabled remote, no need to fumble with complicated menus. Now, who really benefits from this chair? If you have an elderly adult who spends most of the day in a single spot, perhaps after a doctor's visit, during rehabilitation, or simply because getting up is a pain, this lift recliner can be a solid addition. It's also a good fit for people with limited strength in the lower body but who still want the ability to recline fully for naps. The zero-gravity position, which tilts the back to a near-horizontal angle while keeping the legs elevated, can relieve pressure on the lower back and improve circulation, something many seniors find helpful after a long day of sitting. On the flip side, if you're looking for a high-performance massage chair that rivals dedicated therapy units, you'll be disappointed. The 4 programs are fairly basic and lack the intensity of a professional massage table. Additionally, the chair's footprint is sizable. It needs a dedicated spot in the living room or bedroom, and the upholstered frame isn't something you can easily slide around on a carpet. If you live in a small apartment or plan to move the chair frequently, the weight and bulk could become a hassle. Another practical consideration is the power source. The chair plugs into a standard outlet, which is convenient, but you'll need to keep the cord out of the way to avoid tripping hazards. The included remote has a simple layout, but the Bluetooth pairing can be a bit finicky the first time you try it. Make sure the chair's Bluetooth is on and that you're within a few feet of the remote. Once paired, though, the connection stays stable, and you can switch programs without getting up. Looking at the value proposition, the price point sits in the mid-range for lift recliners that also include massage and heat. When you compare it to buying a separate lift chair and a standalone massage pad, you're actually getting 2 functions in one piece of furniture. That combined utility is where the product shines. The lift mechanism feels robust. After a few weeks of daily use, there's no wobble or sagging in the seat. The upholstery is a synthetic blend that resists stains and is easy to wipe down, which is a practical win for households with occasional spills. A couple of trade-offs are worth noting before you decide. First, the heat element is limited to a moderate temperature, so it won't replace a dedicated heating pad for severe muscle pain. Second, the chair's maximum weight capacity is around 300 pounds, so it's not suitable for larger users. Finally, while the Bluetooth remote adds a modern touch, the lack of a smartphone app means you're still dependent on the physical controller for all adjustments. In terms of durability, the lift motor has a reputation for lasting several